welcome to my channel. My name is Rishika Kashyap and today we're going to do a very interesting video because I'm going to answer all the questions that guys are too afraid to ask women. The first question that came up is, I don't get the bathroom thing. There are times I will get up to go to the bathroom when I am out with family and my mother and sister go with me. Sometimes it's just to get a minute to say something in private. Other than that, I have no clue. I just want to do my business and get out. To give some context to this question, it is that women tend to go to the washroom in groups if they're out with a group, and if I want to go to the washroom, I'll just ask the women around me, and mostly women do get up and go to the washroom together. Why is this a thing in the women community? I will tell you the reason. That is my personal reason. When we were very young, we used to go for these school picnics. Whenever we used to go for these school picnics, our mothers used to say that अगर आप washroom जाओ तो अकेले मत जाना, किसी के साथ जाना या ग्रुप के अंदर जाना. हमें बचपन से कंडीशन करा गया है that we go out in a group just for our safety purposes. Initially जब हम जाते थे ग्रुप्स के अंदर, स्कूल के अंदर, तो हम सेफ्टी पर्पसेस की वजह से जाते थे. बट नाउ दैट वी गो, इट्स अ बॉन्डिंग एक्सपीरियंस. व्हेनेवर यू एंटर अ गर्ल्स वॉशरूम, यू विल सी टू women helping each other out. You will see somebody fixing their makeup. You'll see somebody who's using the washroom, but the other one is just waiting around fixing her hair or makeup. And it has just become a bonding experience to meet new people as well. I've met like a bunch of people in the washroom. One of my closest friends today is a friend because we met in the washroom and started talking randomly. So I think it's a very nice bonding experience, but it stemmed from childhood where we were taught that it is safe to go with a group to the washroom, and now it has just become a thing. The next question we have is that beards. Ever since I've grown a beard, I have no idea what any girl truly thinks about my beard. Guys that I don't know will walk up to me and compliment my beard, ask to touch my beard, and ask me questions about bearding. My friends that are girls just laugh, and when I ask and say it's gross, but the laughing destroys my thought process. So what is the general consensus on beards? I know everyone has their different preferences, but what is the norm? Okay, so for me personally, I wouldn't go for a guy that has a beard, but that is like a personal preference. A lot of women see beard as a sign of maturity in men, and it shows and depicts that you're a very mature and grown up adult. So that is the norm about beards in my friend group at least, and a lot of women do prefer guys with beards. But when it comes to beards, the only thing that you should be very careful about is that you have to groom it properly and trim it. So sometimes what happens is when a girl says that she really likes a beard, what she means is that she likes that trimmed down look on the man and not like a full-fledged beard. But if you're growing a beard, proper beard, then make sure that you're grooming it. So it doesn't matter, of course, it's a personal choice, it's a personal trait. Whatever you want to do it. Don't try to please others, and don't try to please another woman. A woman gets attracted to a man because of the personality traits and not because of the way he looks. Of course, looks are a preliminary round per se, but then it really comes down to the personality, right? So do what you love to do with your face, but make sure that you're grooming it properly. I hope that answers your question. Okay, so the next question is, do girls pee in the shower? I mean, because as a guy, when at home, I'm not getting out of the shower and I just aim at the drain. I don't mean to sound judgmental, but I'm sort of judging you. I mean, if you live alone, then do what you please to do. But if you're living with your family or your significant other, just respect them enough to pee in the toilet and not the shower area, because somebody bathes in that shower area, and usually women do prefer cleanliness. I would just take that stand for women. And no, we don't pee in the shower, we pee in the toilet and use the toilet for the purpose it has been built for. So the simple answer is no for me and for a lot of women that I know, and I know a lot of women. So that would be a no. First, it is inconvenient. It's not like we're standing and we pee. We can't do that. And then you have to clean it up also. So it's a mess, and we wouldn't go through that inconvenience just because we're lazy. So that is your answer, and I would highly recommend you to use the toilet for what it is meant to do. The next question is, ladies, do you like men with bulky muscles or do you prefer skinny and ripped? Skinny, normal, chunky. Do you ever feel intimidated or feel that big guys are too physically imposing? This is what I get told and I can't understand it. Any other negative or positive opinions on guys who work out seriously? So working out is great. I think what women don't like is the extremely skinny, extreme muscles like bodybuilder muscles. I think every woman has her preferences. Like for me, I would be more attracted to a lean body, and a lot of women that I know like a lot of biceps and everything. So it depends on their personal preference, but one thing that I know for sure is that they don't want a very bodybuilder like body. But again, I would say that it is your wish. You should do whatever you like to do, and you shouldn't do anything to please anybody. If you're working out, that's great that you're working out. If you want to go into bodybuilding or you want to make that kind of muscle, go for it. Don't sit around and wait for the girls to like you. Whoever likes you will like you for you, and you don't have to change a thing about yourself. But as a representative of the women community, I just feel that too bulky or too skinny women won't prefer. But again, it's very subjective, and for me, I would go for a lean body. The next statement is, if a guy can tell you're wearing makeup, you're wearing too much. So surprisingly, when I was going through Reddit and looking for these questions, I came across a lot of men who had a problem with women wearing too much makeup, like a cakey face, or say like they put on a lot of foundation and fake lashes and everything, and they're like, we prefer a girl with no makeup. So you're entitled to your preference, you're entitled to your opinion, and that is not wrong. But remember that you cannot project your opinions onto others. If you like a woman, like them for who they are completely. If you don't like makeup on them, you shouldn't say anything about it. Or even if you want to say, whenever she's not wearing her makeup, you can just go to her and say that you look really beautiful today, and I really like your skin, I really appreciate how beautiful you are naturally. But you cannot project your opinions onto her and say that, no, don't wear makeup, don't do this, you don't look like this, I don't like this on you. So you can't do that, because you are entitled to the way you live and she's entitled to the way she lives. People do have insecurities. I've seen people who live in makeup, I've seen people who live without makeup, and both are fine. So just be very sensitive towards the woman that you're with. If they've made an effort and you comment on their looks, it will bother them a lot. So be sensitive. If you like your significant other without makeup, you can just compliment them better when they're wearing no makeup. Okay, so the next question is, are short guys a turn off? So my height is 5'8", and I do, to be very, very honest, I do prefer guys who are taller than me, and it is just something that is in my head or I've seen all across around me. So I just prefer that. But I've had people who were shorter than me or equal to my height approach me, and I have seen that these people tend to have a lot of insecurities around me, so they prefer talking to me when I'm sitting and not standing. So I think either when they overcompensated with their attitude or their personality, that is something that I don't like. And the second thing is when they treat you differently because they are insecure. So I feel that if shorter men are more secure with themselves, with their body, and conduct them as they are, I would prefer that over an overcompensated personality for the height, if that makes any sense. But this is just my preference, and in general the reality is that women do prefer guys who are taller to them. But then the positive side is that a lot of women are very, very short in height, so you have a lot of options, so you don't need to worry. So the next question seems very frustrated, because the guy is asking, why do you want us to always pick where to eat? So I think women in general are a bit indecisive, and unless you give them like a bunch of options, they are just indecisive. And also I feel that they rely on the guy for solutions, and they rely on the guy for suggestions because they think that they're smarter. And again, I'm coming from a personal perspective and not like a general perspective. So I feel that when you give options, we're going to select, eventually we're going to select whatever we want to select, but we just want to go through that elimination process with you, and it's a fun bonding exercise, so why not? So don't take that seriously. If you don't want to make that decision, don't make that decision. The final question of the video is very, very interesting and out of the box. The guy asks, why does perfumes smell like the things women like, that is like flowers and baby powder, and not the things that guys like, that is pizza? So basically, your question is very bizarre because I don't think that anybody wants to smell like a pizza. I mean, I sure want to smell like a bakery, but I don't want to smell like a pizza for sure. I think women are the target audience of a lot of brands because women tend to buy more perfumes, and there is a very small percentage of men that are interested in perfume. The men that are interested in perfumes usually go for ouds, and you can go for that as well. They are more stronger, and a lot of women tend to go for floral scents. So there are options in the market. It's not like they're not available, but yes, in the cheaper variants you'll find more preference towards women because the customer base is like that, and brands will get more profitability if they cater to women more than men. So that is the technical answer, and I would say that flowers and smelling like a bakery is a much better idea than smelling like a pizza, because then you'll always be hungry, and that's not something that you want. With that, we have come to an end of this video. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and found this video helpful. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel because it will help the channel grow. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.